Hello, Spin here, coming at you with another figure review. Today, we have got the Marvel Legends Infinity Series from the Spider-Man, Marvel's Rhino Build-A-Figure Collection, Savage Force Kraven the Hunter. Mohahaha. I think it's the lack of sleep. That's all I can blame it on. What do we think of this character? Yeah, I don't mind Kraven actually. I'm not like his biggest fan, but I do like him. I liked him in pretty much everything I've seen. Yeah, he was really good in like Spectacular Spider-Man, in the MTV Spider-Man series, in the Ultimate Spider-Man. He's always been a very, very cool character. So let's have a quick look at this packaging and then we'll get this bad boy out. So we've gone over the stuff at the front. The only part I forgot to mention was this little baseball thing down your baseball. On the side of the packaging, you have a picture of the web sling himself. On the other side, the exact same artwork. On the bottom of the packaging, some obligatory Lego jargon. Then on the back of the packaging, you can see we have the exact same box that we got with the Chameleon, because Hasbro save a buck are us. Here you can see the rest of the figures in the wave. As we have said, we're working freeze. We've done Chameleon, Ghost Rider, now we're on to Kraven, almost there. My baby, I cannot wait for him. Wow, that was creepy. And here is a quick close-up on that bio for those that would like to read it. Okay, so let's get Kraven out of the packaging and see how good he really is. Boom, baby. Here we have Kraven the Hunter out of his packaging. And overall, what is our first impression? Well, first things first, let's get the elephant in the room out of the way. Hasbro has finally given us a straight weapon. Oh, but don't worry, they made up for it by giving us a bent arm. But yeah, I've actually had this figure before, and he is a very, very cool figure. Now, it does come with a few accessories per se. He also comes with the right leg of the Rhino Build-A-Figure wave. That's the right leg. And of course, as I said previously, we will have a closer look at this when we look at the rest of the figure. Okay, so he comes with the spear, then his coat, his necklace, and his belt. Now, the necklace and the belt should be pretty simple to take off, but I'm a bit concerned once take it off, I'm not going to reattach it. The coat, I'm fairly confident it's going to be a pain in the backside to take off. We will try, but if it's too much of a hassle, I'm not going to take it off. But we'll see. So let's have a quick close-up look at this accessory, and we'll have a close-up look at the figure itself. So having that close-up look at the spear, you can see it's actually sculpted in quite a nice like wood grain. Sounds like something's about to fall off, so you might hear a crash. If I can get it to focus. Oh, guys, let's bring that light in a bit more as well. Oh, that's really hot. There you go. You can see there is that really nice kind of wood grain there. And then you have feathers up at the top with some beads, some wrapping, and then a nice silver tip. So I thought the head was actually a different piece. Oh, not really nice. It's quite chunky though. It's quite surprising. Yeah, it is. There's a different piece just there to there. The next accessory we're going to look at is his necklace. Very, very simple. Just a few little paint-ups here. Nothing on the underside. And it is a slightly softer material. Okay, so I actually think I've figured out how to resolve those wavy lines. And it's really simple. We shall see. We shall see. As long as I can catch it, I can adjust the camera. Now, the belt is just clasped here where the posterior flap meets this big large pocket on the left, and that just pops off there. Now this is actually quite a firm plastic, same as the front, but it's pretty nice sculpt to it. Does look pretty good. All the pockets and pouches all are really quite clean and done. The paint apps, yeah, well, they painted both sides, which is something I suppose. Missed a bit there, but the buckle's cleanish enough. It's doable. And of course, to reattach it, you just poke the hole. Okay, here we go. Okay, it actually wasn't that hard to actually take off. And you can see you got the lion's head there when you push it together. That actually looks really cool. I don't know if you can see there's some lion ears there. And the eyes and the nose are sculpted pretty nicely. This one maybe looks a little bit car, but you know, it's a dead rhino. It's a dead lion on a coat. What do you want? Paint up to the actual leather itself is also quite nice. Very minimalistic there, but you can see they've literally just got the whole thing in this. Paint that, and that's it. I'd say like there's a little bit of weathering on the actual back of the mane, but it's all sculpted really, really nice, and the whole thing is a nice soft rubber. So the fact they've got such good detail in such a soft material, I'm quite impressed. Here we have Kraven shirtless for all the ladies out there. Who am I kidding? There's no girls out there watching my channel. Don't be lovely. I jest. I will put the coat back on in a second, but just so you can see underneath that jacket, you do just have the standard Grim Reaper, stroke Wolfcap, stroke Genisville, stroke Wonder Man, stroke, I'm lost count how many times I've used that body mold. Don't mind, it's a bulky body mold, and I do like that because Kraven is a bulky character. They have completely resculpted the arms, lower arms, and hands, of course the head, and then we have from the knees down also completely resculpted, very unique boots. So, with the exception of that, everything else has been reused. Now, have a quick close-up look at the actual knees. You can see they are skulls, and they're actually done really, really nice. Get back to the fur. They've got a little bit of mane there as well going around, and it's a bit weird how, I don't know if these are supposed to be straps to keep it on, but that's a very dark brown, whereas that's a light brown, trying to match that, so it's weird. Also, these are all ruffled like cloth trousers. These are tight like leggings, so they get baggy as they go down. I know. The boots themselves are pretty interesting. It's basically like some standard shoes with some wraps going around them, but they are quite clean. No paint apps in them whatsoever, but the sculpt is quite clean, he says, and then there's a massive blemish right there. 2 peg holes at the bottom of the feet, and as you see on his biceps, he does have that famous like leopard print going around each of his biceps. Just notice there's a really big gap there. I can actually see the peg going in. That's not nice. I might have to do something about that. And as I said earlier, there's a bend here, so I can heat that up and it's fine. Around your hands as well, they have bandages sculpted around them. So very good. And of course the face sculpt itself is actually really nice. It does speak Kraven to me. I see that I either speak Kraven or an aged, pissed off Tony Stark. Okay, so let's dress our man, shall we? We'll start off with the belt. Now what you want to do, you want to accessorize, and we'll put this belt around you and make it look fabulous. I know I'm talking like that. Done. Now for the hard part, we're going to push the arms all the way back. Try and feed through the coat. This is the hardest part. Oh, that's such a tough material. But going on should be a bit easier. Yeah, it is. There you go. Bring them back down. Now you can see the coat does stand out from his body quite a bit, which is quite nice. You know, like I said, it's a big thick mane, and it does have a little bit of weight, so you might be a little bit back heavy with that. And let's get the next on. Don't forget to accessorize. And there you go. Our hunter is looking fabulous and ready to go. So, for articulation, if you've already got the wolf cap or the Genisville or the Wonder Man, you know what to expect. They're identical, basically. But just go over it quickly. The head is on a ball disc, so it can go back that far and forward that far. Also on a ball disc, so a little bit of wibble wobble. Can rotate around full 360 degrees. Shoulders on ball discs, they can go around that far. You have to work a little bit with going back with the mane, and to get it closer to the body. Doesn't mean you want to go all that far in. Going out, again, you're going to work with it, and these designs are quite bad. They tend to scuff on the actual covering. So if I bring this back out, you can see there's a few like lines just there, just from sliding in. It's a bit of a shame. Bicep rotation, 360 degrees. Double bend in the bendy elbow. Wrist rotation, nice and tight, 360 degrees, and can hinge from there. Ta-da! We have an ab crunch. We can go forward that much and back that much. We have a waist rotation. Now again, there's a bit of a gap there, like there's a little bit of wobble, but you can rotate this around 360 degrees. Doesn't really hindered by anything. It's a little bit ratchet there, but again, I don't know, that's very loose there. And you push past that, and there. Not a fan of that gap. T-cut hips, so can do a Spartan kick with this leg all the way forward, this leg all the way back of that. Split kick of that, which ideally would like better for a Kraven because he's quite a flexible character. Upper thigh rotation. Ow, I just stabbed myself on that. Double bend in the knees. Now that does look a bit ugly the way that's attached there. I might cut that off and glue it straight to the kneecap myself. We shall see. Boot rotation, 360 degrees. Ankle point from there to there, and then ankle pivot from there to there. As the late Glenn Webb used to say, utilising those ankle pivots. This is the furthest possible stance you could do with both feet firmly on the ground. Okay, size comparison. Kraven stands to the top of his head, 6 3/4 inches tall, which is about 17 and a bit centimetres. Here we have him standing next to the web slinger himself, of course, because these guys are arch nemesis. They're rivals. They do look pretty cool together. Okay, here we have them standing next to some other figures, all using repeated base molds. We have Kid Nova standing for a teenage male body. Jules standing for an adult female body. Wolverine standing for a half pint. Bucky Cat for an average male body. Genesis, same body mold as this guy. Venom for the bulky body mold. And then Colossus for the new humongous one. Okay, final thoughts. What do we think of this figure? Honestly, yeah, it's a really solid figure. I do like that bulky mold. I wish they sort the shoulders out so they wouldn't scrape so much. But that's kind of a minor thing that they also offer, not specifically to him. I am happy to have this figure. Again, I've had it once before, but I didn't really appreciate it as much back then. But after doing this review, I really do enjoy this figure and I think he's got a lot going for him. I believe they're releasing him again, but in his more, like with the sandal look. I'm sure I saw pictures of that somewhere. I might be mistaken about that. I might have to look that up, because I swear I saw pictures of that somewhere. But all in all, I do think this is a very solid figure. If you get the opportunity, go pick it up. He is a great figure. For those in the UK, if you want him, I did see him on eBay, but overseas, so eBay International, for a reasonable price. Bit more than a standard, but not ridiculous. But yeah, he has a solid sculpt, solid paint apps. My only real nitpick is kind of, I wish this was a softer plastic, but then the belt would be softer, so I guess that wouldn't work. I don't like he's got like leggings into trousers. I think that's about it. Yeah, he's a solid figure. I really like him. I definitely get why he's very much a sought after figure. But anyway guys, that is my review. I hope you did like this video. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe. And stay tuned for my next one, which is going to be White Tigra. Really looking forward to seeing how good she is. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll catch you next one. See ya! We've done Kraven.